Welcome back to Wisdom Wednesday. Today we're joined with Illinois alum Dan Jensen. Dan graduated from the University of Illinois with a degree in Aerospace Engineering, and we're really excited to talk to him today and get to know more about his career and some wisdom he has for all of us. So the first question that we have is what your background's in, so what you studied at university and how that led you to your current role and career that you have right now.
Certainly. I studied aerospace engineering when I was at Illinois, and it turns out that I've spent my entire career in aerospace, which is my plan. When I was at Illinois, I pursued an international minor, and as part of that process, I got to work overseas in Zurich for a summer at Swissair, which was an amazing experience. And then my first role after my school was complete is I started at Boeing, and I was there a number of years. And I started here in Indianapolis at Rolls-Royce in 1995. If anyone's not familiar, Rolls-Royce is one of the major manufacturers of aircraft engines. And after about 10 years of working here as an engineer, I moved into management.
Thank you. So moving more into your current role right now within management, what are some of the day-to-day roles that you have within management, and how does your position in management maybe vary from the positions that you held earlier in your career?
It's an interesting question. Currently, I'm serving as the deputy head of engineering for services for our global defense sector. And what that means is I'm responsible for the people, the processes, the rule, tools, and methods that we use to support our product in the field. So all the aircraft engines that we've delivered that are flying around the world with the airlines or with the Department of Defense applications, our team of engineers are supporting. And the other part of your question was, how has my experience evolved? Obviously, as an entry-level engineer, and if you stay as a technical contributor, it's very exciting. Every day can be different. You have a lot of gratification because you're seeing your technical work in the product. As I moved into leadership and management roles, it's more about leading others, motivating others, using your experience and your technical savvy to make decisions which maybe aren't clean cut in terms of there's multiple right answers and which one is the optimal. And as currently a functional manager in engineering, I'm much more of a people and strategy and organization type view. So I've thoroughly enjoyed all of the roles I've had. And none is better, so to speak, but different people will find that they might prefer one versus the other.
So now we can dive more into your time at the University of Illinois. So when you're on campus, what residence hall did you live in?
So I started out at PAR, and those who are engineers know that it's a little bit of a hike from engineering campus, but that turned out to be a good thing and got me into the walking habit. And I was at PAR for about a semester, and then I moved into a fraternity, which was also a good walk from my courses. But I thoroughly enjoyed both the residence hall and the fraternity.
Yeah, definitely being able to walk around campus is nice to get your steps in and just explore campus. We have such a beautiful campus, so definitely nice to get out and get around. And then when you're on campus, what was your favorite class or professor that you had?
I actually had a number of courses that I really, really liked, and professors as well, but I would probably pick my aerospace propulsion class. It was just one semester, but it was really an introduction to aircraft propulsion or actually aerospace propulsion. And I found it very interesting. It made sense. Sometimes you take a course and you learn it, but it doesn't just click for you. This one seemed to click for me. One of the fun recollections I have is that one of my fellow students and I teamed up, and we jointly developed an engineering open house project. And what it featured at the time, which a propulsion technology that we thought was the next big thing. It was called the prop fan, or an unducted fan. And we thought it was imminently going to be in use in airline service. And here we are many years later, and they're still testing it. It's still not in service. But we did win an award for our exhibit at the EOH, and it was very gratifying to do the work and participate in EOH. And I guess, looking back, I guess it was an indicator of where my career would wind up in the propulsion field.
Yeah, U of I is such a big research school, and it's cool that you can apply what you learn in class into real world projects. And then moving on to the next question, what is or was your favorite memory from being on campus? There's probably so many. It was hard to choose from, I would assume.
Yes, and I'm always reminded of a different one, but one that I'd mention is, I guess, besides the many excellent and challenging courses I had, I mentioned earlier that I had joined a fraternity, and for me personally, joining the fraternity was very beneficial because it helped me to become more well-rounded and learn to interact with and get along with a wide variety of people. And as you mentioned, now as an alum, when I am able to get back to campus, just walking around, I really see two things. One is how much campus has changed with new buildings, where that used to be, a grassy field or a parking lot is a new building. But also there's enough of the, timeless icons of the campus that are still there. And just walking around, rekindles a lot of wonderful memories. And I think that's probably true for all alumni that come back.
Yeah, I would definitely say joining some sort of organization from the start really helps you get a base and get a good group of people to surround yourself with. And so to move more into the wisdom part of this segment, what is the most valuable piece of advice a mentor has given you?
I've gotten a lot of great advice. This one is very impactful, and I'll share it. I had a mentor who once told me to ask more questions, and he explained that as it forces us to listen more instead of talking. So listening to the other views, the other people, and by asking more and better questions, you can accomplish a number of things. First of all, obviously, you'll learn more, and you're going to understand other people's perspectives better. But by asking really good questions, you can also challenge the thinking of the other person. They might have taken a position without fully thinking it through, for example. So by asking questions, you can actually impact others' views or positions on an issue. So it sounds very simple or simplistic, to ask more questions, but it is pretty powerful.
Yeah, that's a great piece of advice. And then moving on, what is something that you wish you would have known as an undergraduate student?
I could probably write a book on all those things, but I'll limit it to two. The first one is, in retrospect, University of Illinois has an amazing breadth of resources and opportunities, and I know it's probably overwhelming for students who are on campus. All I would say is try to be aware of all the things that are at your fingertips, at your disposal, opportunities, and try to take advantage of those that make sense or you have the bandwidth to do. And then secondly, I would say, I think it's normal. It was for me and for many of the students I speak with, as graduation approaches, for somebody to feel like, hey, I'm finishing my academic career, but am I really ready for what's next? And whether that's grad school or your first corporate job or something else. And having been through that transition and watched many other students graduate and go through that transition, I'm more convinced than ever that if you get your degree from Illinois, you're going to be well prepared for whatever comes next for you.
Thank you. Yeah, those last couple words really resonated with me. I'm currently a senior, so I'm sadly graduating after this semester, but definitely reassuring to know that the degree that you earned at the university really helped you excel in your professional career within the future. Then also, even if you're not a senior and just a freshman, again, as you said, taking advantage of everything that campus has to provide, joining clubs, talking to your professors during office hours, any way that you want to get more involved on campus and utilize the different tools that the university provides is definitely an essential part of your growth throughout college as well. So thank you so much for taking your time to talk with us all today. And I know that you provided us with a lot of good, helpful insights for our students, as well as giving us some good memories from your college days as well.
Thank you.